right, what's going on, guys? I'm gonna do a short video on a Giantex portable washer. I'm gonna run a couple scenarios so you understand and just see how good this is. All right, right off the bat, one of the first things people have problems with is this little thing right here. Believe it or not, if you go to the hardware store will sell these. A lot of people don't know that. They think you gotta get online and order them. They do not. And if you find the right hardware store, you will find this connector piece as well. Because this connector piece connects to this. It screws in here and goes right on there. I had to buy a second one because the second one got bent because I had to get it off something else. So I bought the other ones in the drawer over there. I bought a second one right in the hardware section. They usually have them. Another tip, I just use a rubber band. A lot of people get confused how to do this or put this somewhere. Just put you a rubber band on here. You can put two on here. It's not going to mess with this hose as long as this hose is there. And a lot of times I keep it on the opposite side and I pull it down. The reason I like the hose is I can pull the hose all the way out and put it in the inside when I'm finished. Another thing is if you don't have the bottom balance thing, put it on two small rugs. It's two old rugs I don't use no more. This thing sits on here perfectly fine. When it starts to extract and shake, it don't make a lot of noise. One of my favorite features about this thing is you can turn your power on. You can run a high level, low level, low level, medium, high. I don't know why that won't look right, but sorry. Also, you can control the process. You could just do a wash first, and then when the wash is done, you could do a rinse if you want to, or just a rinse and spin or a spin. That's why I like this one. And man, let me tell you, the extraction on this thing is amazing. I do like the little thing in here because this right here is like a lint trap catcher or some sort. You can actually get some lint out of that thing too. So I'm gonna run one and let you see how I make, I guess just kind of give you a review how it goes and show you how it takes care of itself. Again, these things are small, so you only can run a couple items. Like that's a pair of jogging pants, pair of unders, two socks, and another under, and I might do a t-shirt. Let's see, a t-shirt. But that may be too much, so I'm gonna take this t-shirt out and leave the t-shirt out because of the jogging pants. Now, even though the load is about that amount, I will basically, I'm just gonna run a wash cycle. I'm gonna put it on high, 17 minutes, and I'm gonna let it wash. And then I'm gonna show you what I do with mine. Usually I extract mine and squeeze it out a little bit to help in the process. So let me get this going so you can see what it's gonna do. All right, so now it's in the process of washing. One thing I recommend you do is always just cut the water off when you're done. Because this hose is cool, but I mean, I have a drip going, but the pressure on this hose, I just don't feel as though it'd be the best thing in the world. So this door does not control it if you open it. But if you look at that, it's got a good wash going on. This thing is worth its weight in gold. You've heard me say this many times about things. But this thing is perfect when I have someone, I need to do their shirts or something. If I have even someone's laundry, I can do people's laundry in here because I do my own in here. And that's what I'm doing today. And I'm going to show you how you can use it and make yourself a little easier. Now, some people will be like, oh, I don't do all that because if I do all that, I might as well go to the laundromat. Well, this will save you from having to leave the house. All right, hold on, guys. Another thing you have to look out for is that sometimes if the water level is not right, it will add more water. So if your machine just stops, don't think it's broken or nothing. Just turn your water on and it'll fill up with, I guess, what's left, and it'll give it right back to, it'll start going again. That's another kind of thing I didn't understand at first. But I got this thing for $120 off of Facebook Marketplace. A little Asian guy sold this to me. And he said he barely used it. He said he bought it and now he's going home back to the Philippines, or I think somewhere, Taiwan, wherever he was going. He just said, I can't take it with me. And the thing is practically brand new. So I started using it, and this thing has already made its money back in my business about the first 3 days I've used it. And that's something, doing just personal shirts. I made the money back in 3 days on this machine. Just doing like shirts, like iron shirts. I couldn't believe it. All right, so this is done. So this is finished. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what I exactly do. So give me one moment to show you this part. So I'm going to start pulling stuff out. And this is just my suggestion to you. You don't always have to do this, but I did this with my other machine and it helped it extract. But the extraction in this machine is way different than my other ones. I will take out a few items and have them extract, and then I will extract the heaviest by itself and just keep going. So I'm going to extract some of this and then I'll show you. I'm going to actually squeeze it out and show you what I mean. So keep yourself a little towel that's handy. Hit your power and go over here. I know it's blurry. Hit spin, hit start, and it will start to extract. Now I have actually squeezed out a couple of my items over here because it just makes it easier. You'll see what I mean. And a lot of times I throw my old rags in the water here that I've washed my house with, or wipe stuff down in there. And this thing will extract all the water out. As soon as it extracts the water out, I'll show you what I'll do next, because all I'm going to do is just put the clothes in there and let it run its course. As this gets done extracting and taking the water out, right when it gets to the bottom, like when you see the very bottom, I toss a couple items in there and just put them in a nice and neat, and the extraction system will go. So you got only like a moment or so. As soon as it drops down, I just drop a couple pieces in there, kind of throw them in there where I can kind of just sit them in there like that, close this top, and it'll extract. Now, once again, this is just my personal view how I do it. In my old machine, I had to squeeze stuff out. I know it's just a little bit more work you got to do, but I mean, come on, you ain't got to go to the laundromat. You could do it here. Now, I have a compact dryer, which works really well, so I just use it in there when I can. I wish I never sold my second one, but I just use them the best way I can. I mean, as long as I got those two, I can wash what little clothes I have at home and actually run my little small business. Some of the stuff I can do in here. So if you listen, you get about 6 minutes on extraction. Usually I do 2 on light and then do 3 on the heavy, which would be these jogging pants right here on the side of the sink. So in a minute, you hear this thing just take off. And when it takes off, man, I was like very surprised on the extraction, how powerful it was. It will do that if you open it in a spin cycle. That's the only time it'll cut it off. But any other time, it'll just keep going. So you can't open this during extraction. During wash, you can. Now, if you hear it, it's pretty quiet, ain't it? So I'm going to let this get done and then do the jogging pants. So now, I'm going to hit pause. This thing will slow down. Just like I said, small stuff like this stuff get extracted so fast. Small stuff. Let me move my dirty clothes over here. Put my clean there. I should have had another basket. But now, I'm going to drop these big jogging pants in there. And we're going to see how it does. Like, I've already seen how some of this stuff does. But I just kind of just put it in the best way I can. You know, like just set it there nice and neat. Now, you could just let it go if you want. But to me, I think it's a little more efficient to do that, because you're going to see with pants, they get a little heavier. It shakes a little bit more. But if you set it there just right, if it's too much, it'll just cut right off and you just have to redo it. Like here, started off, it's shaking nice and decent, but it's going to do its job. So I'm going to let that run for a few moments. And that's just like my review on this Giantex, portable washer. If you could find one of these, grab one of them. They are worth their weight in gold. See you guys.